Ever get that feeling? Like you're about to make an English call, you pick up the phone, and all the right words just vanish.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
It does.
But today, we're diving deep into the world of English phone conversations.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of these real dialogue.
All examples.
And we're going to extract all the good stuff.
Absolutely.
So that you can navigate any kind of phone call in English.
That's the mission.
With total confidence.
Exactly. Think of it like we're going to give you this toolkit of essential phrases.
Yeah.
And you'll understand how to use them like a pro.
Like a pro.
So we'll cover everything, just chatting with friends, formal business calls, even those oh-no moments when things get a bit awkward.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
Right.
So, okay, let's just jump right in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Our first scenario is a super informal phone call.
Okay.
Picture this. You're Kazia, and you're calling up your buddy Ali.
Mm-hmm.
You're inviting him to go rafting. Yeah, it's casual, it's friendly, and the language reflects that.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. You can hear that straight away.
So what jumps out at you when you first listen to this?
Well, first thing is, it's just so direct.
Uh-huh.
Ollie answers with, hello,
Yeah,
and Koska replies, hi, just like that.
straight to it.
And then when Ollie doesn't recognize the number, he just goes, sorry, who's this?
Simple.
No messing around.
Yeah, it gets the job done.
Which is perfect for this kind of casual chat.
And Kasia's reply, again, it's so informal.
Right.
Just, it's Kasia.
I mean, you'd never hear someone say, I'm Kasia, in this kind of relaxed setting.
Right. Too formal.
Way too
It's
forward.
that little contraction.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, it just feels more natural.
Definitely more natural.
Okay, so then Kasi gets straight to the point of the call.
She does.
No.
You hear us?
Straight to the invitation.
Listen, some of us are going rafting this weekend. Do you want to come?
Boom, there it is.
Straight to business.
It's all about efficiency.
Yeah. But in a friendly way.
Exactly.
And then Kasia's response is, she's so up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that sounds great. Yeah, sure. Brilliant.
Just pure enthusiasm.
Love that energy.
Yeah, you can really hear the excitement.
And the closing, again, so quick and easy.
Okay, cheers for the invite. See you, I guess.
Bye.
Boom, done.
Exactly. Efficient and friendly.
So, key takeaway here.
If you're calling a mate, someone you know well, family, this is your go-to style.
Yeah, keep it simple, keep it friendly.
You don't need all the formalities.
A quick how are you isn't wrong,
Not at all.
but it's not essential.
And notice how they use those casual little phrases.
Okay, yeah.
Like cheers instead of thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
And calling it an invite.
It just adds to that relaxed vibe, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so that was informal.
Uh-huh.
Now let's crank up the formality.
Okay. Time for suits and ties.
All right, so in this next call, we've got Oxford Online English
Mm-hmm.
receiving a call from Ollie Redman.
Okay.
He's calling about a proposal.
Sounds serious.
It is. It's a business call.
And the difference in tone is just, wow.
Night and day, right?
Yeah.
So what do you notice right off the bat?
Well, that greeting is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Oxford Online English. How can I help?
So structured.
Super structured.
Yeah, you've got that full company name in there, haven't you?
Establishes authority,
Sets home.
It's like stepping into their official space.
Yeah.
It's a world away from that casual, hello,
Right.
miles away.
Totally different.
So Oli wants to speak to someone, but he does it in this very polite way.
Yeah. How does he phrase it?
Hello, could I speak to Michael Hart, please?
It's all about that could, isn't it?
It's all about the could.
It's softening the request, making it more polite.
It's not demanding. It's asking much more appropriate for a formal context.
Now, what about when they need to identify Oli, the caller?
Again, super formal.
Who's calling, please?
Short and sweet.
But still very courteous.
Exactly, maintaining that professional distance.
And Ollie's introduction is also more formal, right?
Because it seems like he's calling them for the first time.
Yeah, could be.
He lays it all out very clearly.
So how does he do that?
My name is Ollie Redman, and I'm calling concerning a proposal which Mr. Hart sent to me.
No messing around.
Nope.
Straight to the point.
But in a very professional way.
Mm-hmm. It's all about establishing that clear identity, isn't it?
Absolutely, especially in a business context.
You're not going to say it's Ollie here.
Way too informal.
Way too informal.
And the way he states the reason for calling, textbook formal.
It's that I'm calling concerning.
There are other ways to say it, of course. I would like to ask about. I wanted to discuss with you.
But they all have that same formal feel.
Exactly.
Okay, so what happens when Mr. Hart's not available?
Ah, now this is interesting.
Because there's a whole etiquette around this, isn't there?
There is.
You can't just say, he's not here.
Not in a formal setting.
So how do they handle it?
One moment, please. I'm afraid he's not available right now. Would it be all right for him to call you back in about 30 minutes?
It's that I'm afraid, isn't it?
It's so subtle.
Yeah, it's like a little softener, almost an apology.
Exactly, like, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
But in a very professional way.
And then that question, would it be all right?
Well, that's totally it.
Again, it's not assuming anything. It's giving Ollie the choice.
And Ollie's response, again, mirrors that formality.
Yeah. Yes, that would be fine.
It's all about matching that level of politeness.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they have to make sure the callback actually happens.
Right. So they ask, and does he have your number?
It's practical, it's professional, no one wants a missed call.
Exactly.
And the reassurance, perfect. He'll call you in half an hour or so.
And finally, that closing.
It's a whole ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't just hang up. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling and have a nice day.
And to you, goodbye.
It's a proper sign-off, very formal, very polite.
So, key takeaways from this formal call.
Well, those longer greetings and closings.
Yeah, it's not just hello and bye.
No, it's a whole exchange.
And the language is so polite and indirect.
Yeah, it's not about being blunt. It's about being respectful.
And the sentences. They're longer, they're more complex.
And every word choice is carefully considered.
It's professional through and through.
Exactly.
It just goes to show you, context is everything.
It really is.
The situation dictates the language.
Absolutely. Like even just that little phrase, I'm afraid.
Yeah, instead of just he isn't here.
Makes a big difference.
It's all about maintaining that professional tone.
Showing respect through your language.
Okay, so we've covered how to start and end calls.
Casually and formally.
But what about when things go wrong?
Oh, yeah. The dreaded technical difficulties.
It happens to us all.
It does.
So our next dialogue is all about that.
All right, let's see what happens.
We've got Cassia and Oli again, but this time their informal chat hits a few snags.
Okay, so what are we dealing with?
Well, right at the start, Cassia can't hear Oli properly.
Happens all the time.
So what does she say?
She goes, sorry, see that again.
Simple, direct.
Perfect for an informal chat.
And there are other ways to say it too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Or even just, huh.
But with the right intonation, of course.
Yeah, gotta make it clear you didn't catch what they said.
What was that? It's definitely more polite, though.
Even with friends.
Even with friends, yeah.
Now, if this were a formal call,
Right. Things change a bit.
you'd probably go for something like,
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah.
Or could you say that again, please?
so polite.
Much more formal.
Yeah, it's longer, it's more indirect, and it uses please.
All the hallmarks of formal language.
Okay, then the tables turn.
Uh-oh.
Oli can't hear Cassia because she's too quiet.
Classic.
So what does he do?
He says, can you speak up a bit? Hello?
Speak up.
Love that phrasal verb.
It's so useful.
It just means to talk louder.
Perfect for this situation.
But again, if you wanted to be more formal,
yeah,
you might say something like,
the sound is low.
oh,
Would you mind speaking a little more loudly?
very polite.
Yeah, it's all about that. Would you mind?
And explaining the reason for the problem.
Oh, yeah, that's important too.
So Ollie says, sorry, I'm in the subway and the signal's not so good.
Ah, the subway.
The enemy of good signal.
It's a modern day struggle.
It is. It is.
And there are other ways to say this too.
Like what?
I don't have much signal.
Right.
There's not much reception here.
They all get the point across.
And then the ultimate phone call killer.
Oh, no.
A dying battery.
The worst.
And so Oli's like, hold on, my battery's about to die. Can I call you back later?
It's the only thing you can do, really.
It is.
It's direct. It's practical.
No time for formalities.
Exactly.
So this little dialogue gives you the phrases you need.
For those tech fail moments.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And knowing both the informal and formal versions.
It means you can adapt to any situation.
Exactly.
Okay, time for our final scenario.
All right. What have we got?
Back to a more formal setting.
Okay.
Cassie is calling OOE Productions,
Mm-hmm.
trying to reach Peter Oker,
Okay.
but he's not available.
Uh-oh.
So she's got to leave a message,
Another classic phone call situation.
especially in a professional context.
Absolutely.
So how does this call start?
As expected, it's that formal greeting.
Hello, OOE Productions. Can I help?
Setting the scene.
And Cassia, she's on point with her introduction.
Right.
Hello, this is Cassia Warsinska. I'm calling for Peter Oker. Is he available?
It's that full name again, isn't it?
Yeah, this is full name.
It's so formal, especially if you haven't spoken to them before.
It establishes your identity.
And when they tell her he's not available.
They're super polite about it, aren't they?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's busy at the moment. Would you like to leave a message, or should I get him to call you back later?
They're giving her options.
Exactly, and doing it in a very professional way.
So Cassia decides to leave a message.
Okay.
How does she phrase that?
She asks, can I leave him a message?
A little hesitant, but still polite.
She could have also said, could you pass on a message for me?
Yeah, that works too.
And then comes the important part, the message itself.
So what does she say?
Could you ask him to double-check the hotel reservations for the Italy conference? He'll know what I mean.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Exactly. You don't want to ramble.
But you need to give enough information.
Enough for them to understand what you're talking about.
Now, another important thing is to say how urgent the message is.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
So Cassie adds, but do please make sure he gets it as soon as possible. It's really important.
It adds that extra layer of urgency.
And if it were really urgent, she could have said,
it's urgent, so please tell him as soon as you can.
Exact.
Or if it wasn't urgent at all.
It's not urgent, so just let him know when he's free. So they confirm the message.
Very well. Anything else?
Super professional.
And then they offer that callback.
Yeah. Would you also like him to call you back?
Always good to offer.
Kazi says, yes, please. If you could get him to call me at my office, that would be wonderful.
Wonderful. I like that.
Just a touch of extra politeness.
Yeah.
And then they wrap it up with those standard closing remarks.
No problem at all. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Another formal call successfully navigated.
It's a skill, you know?
It is.
Knowing how to leave a message properly.
It can make all the difference.
Especially in a professional setting.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
Informal calls, formal calls, tech fails, leaving messages.
All the essentials.
You've got a whole toolkit of phrases now.
From hi and sorry, who's this to good afternoon, company name, how could I help, and could I speak to?
We've gone from casual chit-chat to boardroom-ready language.
And you know what I think is really interesting? This whole idea of formality. It's not just about phone calls, is it?
It goes way beyond that.
It's about understanding how to communicate in different situations.
Yeah.
Knowing when to be direct, when to be indirect.
Choosing the right words.
Structuring your sentences.
Even the length of your greetings.
It all plays a part.
It does. It shows respect. It shows awareness.
It's like a whole other layer of communication, isn't it?
It is. It's fascinating.
So think about it. Where else in your daily life do you see this kind of formal and informal language?
It's everywhere if you start to look for it.
It's a whole world of subtle cues and signals.
And the more you understand them, the better you can communicate.
Absolutely. So keep exploring, keep listening, keep learning.
Keep practicing.
Because the world of language is full of surprises.
It really is.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
Absolutely.
So, until next time, happy communicating.
Happy communicating.